just so I can remember what we spoke about. I'll just make you a co-host there. Okay, and if you share your side, I'll stop sharing here. Just want to look at what they're billing you as. Now, I know who to contact to resolve these things. So, but I know you mentioned we'll set up a whole new QuickBooks. We might go that route yet. So,
sorry, now do you want me to go into?
Yeah, if you go into
my settings.
Exactly, cog. Yeah, over to the left, go to accountant settings. Yeah, and then it'll give you subscription or something like that on the left here. Let's see what they say here. QuickBooks Essentials. Yeah, see where it says view payment history? Can you click into that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and just click into the export to PDF, the latest one there. Yeah. You can open that guy. You set this up about 3 or 4 years ago, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know the answer here, so I'll just, when that PDF opens, you might just click it open. I'll just see.
Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing it. Sorry, hold on a second. I was just sharing the one tab. Let me just fix that. Stop sharing and then share again. Hold on a second. Can you see that now? Can you?
I can, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't actually give it away there, but what you were on, I expect, was the global version, right?
Yeah.
And so there was a UK version and then there was a global version. I've clients on both. And what they've done is behind the scenes, they've converted the global people to kind of an Irish version if they reckon they were in Ireland. And so I'm just looking at their VAT registration number there. So I've seen this before. But they don't have the VAT right for you. Okay, so the way there's been a huge investment in time in VAT by this crowd. So you stop sharing theirs for a second, Dave.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'll share again. Okay, so there's a whole load of rates. Now, I myself was on the UK version up until yesterday. Okay, so I've been on it for years and years and years. And then the Irish version only came out about 18 months ago.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how I know that. And
yeah, well, I definitely don't remember any significant change 18 months ago.
Yeah, you wouldn't have unless someone made you aware of it. So they kind of went through accountants, and accountants told their clients that was kind of the way. And if you bought the version, you would have been put on the Irish version. So, but if you're honest, you wouldn't have picked up on it too much. So, but yeah, I just know because I'm working with the developers on VAT stuff with them, and so on their side of it, I'm just up here. Just go back to you for a minute. I'm just thinking it might be. Well, I'll see what you think. Okay, so sorry, I'll just go back into taxes. So a couple of easy fixes anyway. So here, okay, that edit Cookedesign Limited, we just changed that to Lecture General. But down here where it says edit settings, this is another easy fix. This part here, if you unclick that, it allows you to claim VAT on any bills that you pay out on, whether you've paid them or not. Okay.
Yeah.
And if a client has paid you, that's when you pay the VAT. So the cash is correct. But when you pick that, it's only if you've paid a bill it allows you to claim the VAT. But you don't need to be that hard on yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
The VAT whether you paid it or not, you know. So that's
did that used to require some years ago? Did that require some permission to be able to do that?
I mean, you just tell them it's generally a setup. You tell them you're on the cash basis.
Yeah.
If you told them you're on the cash basis, what I'm advising you is the Irish version of the cash basis. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That is how it works here. and it's the only place in the world is that way. Otherwise, if you were in England now, it would be with this thing. So so that's, I'll leave it alone for the moment, but just to kind of say that to you. And then the other thing is, if you're importing and exporting, and there might even be postponed VAT, there's so much stuff going on now.
Yeah.
There's a multitude of rates they have there, and you whittle them down to what you need. And
Yeah.
if you buy something from outside Ireland but within the EU, they probably charge you no VAT. Do you do much of that with services? Or?
Yeah, more and more, unfortunately. We used to buy quite a lot from the UK pre-Brexit, but we've been just over the years trying to move to European base. It's such a fucking pain in the arse. I'm sure you're well aware of it. But like Irene now wouldn't buy a whole heap of stuff. She basically buys some, paper and packaging materials for her prints that she sells on Etsy. That's about all and then a ton of postage. Obviously, that's probably one of the biggest expenses we have. But we've been trying to kind of move away from buying stuff on Amazon and all that kind of stuff. So we do buy quite a bit overseas, but we're trying mainly to buy it in the EU, but we still do buy some stuff from the UK and the odd bit and piece from the US.
Okay. But what I might do is I might just ask them, can they put the VAT rates on for you?
All right. Okay.
I might just ask them. I mean, they'll tell me it's not possible, and ask that. They have a guy in Ireland now. He's very helpful.
Yeah.
And I speak to him most weeks. So that's the first thing. So if we could do that, and you've all your historical data there, that'd be the way to go.
Okay.
Second approach would be to migrate. They'll take a year. And it's about 100 quid, but we move a year's worth of historical data onto the new Irish version.
Okay.
Whatever, so then you have it anyway, and then all the stuff you haven't in there at the moment, as you said, since April 21, you haven't put anything on it much. We get you entering in all the bills, we connect the bank up that goes looking for them. The sales, do you issue, I didn't actually look at that yesterday, do you issue sales on this at the moment, Dave or Irene?
Yeah, we would do, yeah. We don't have a lot of invoice-based sales. Is pretty much all that stuff that she does for Flick Flack, which goes out once or twice a year. So there's no VAT on them. They all go to Switzerland.
Okay, and is it sales invoices or sales receipts?
Sales receipts is what I put all the Etsy stuff in.
Okay, so as it comes, so but again, there isn't much since April 21. You haven't done any since that time, is it?
I haven't done any, no, because I knew the thing was like I knew there was something fundamentally wrong with how I said, not fundamentally wrong, but I knew there was stuff that I was doing wrong. And I just keep putting it off. It's such a pulling teeth, this stuff for me, but I need to make more of a commitment to do it. And what I'd actually done is I'd asked my accountant if she would help me set up, because she was giving out to me about the state of the accounts. So I said, well, can you help me set them up? Oh yeah, we'll do that. And then I never heard from her again. So as I said, there's not a lot going through, so it won't take me long to do it. I just wanted to make sure. I just kept putting it off because I wasn't sure if I was doing it right. Do you know what I mean? But the thing I can never figure out is how to reconcile the VAT records in QuickBooks with what I'm paying. So I just do it every month. I just take the calculations that QuickBooks gives me and then just pays that, but I can never reconcile. You'll see, like when you go into the VAT rates, the VAT payments and stuff like that, I can't make head nor tail of it at this stage. So,
okay. I glanced at it. The way you see here when you've filed and paid, though.
Yeah.
The way I'll just look at that one, for instance. What it does do is any sales that you've been paid. Let me just see. There's no VAT on them there, is there? No,
yeah.
It clamps them so that if there was VAT on them or if there wasn't, it says, well, these are all filed, okay?
Yeah.
And it won't catch them again. And the same with the purchases, there's a bit of VAT on those.
Yeah.
But if you come along with purchases later on that relate to this period, this is just April.
Yeah.
It'll put them back into April, but it'll claim the VAT in the next available period.
Yeah.
So you always know what you've claimed VAT on and what you've paid VAT on. You never lose.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I do. Is I would every month, well, obviously every 2 months, I would take that one minus 1,690 and do it for the following month, and then figure out what I need to pay. So the other thing that I suppose I have a growing fear because of the way Iron does the Etsy stuff, and so much is international, is that we're basically, I'd say, 3 months out of 4, we're reclaiming all the time, and I just get increasing. This is happening at an increasing amount, so I'm sort of growing concern that somebody in revenue is going to go, hold on, why are you constantly claiming that back from us and never giving us any? So I know that's probably quite a common situation in the global market now, but it's just something I want to be, because we did get audited many years ago. It was a horrendous experience. So I just want to make sure that we have that Etsy stuff and all those other things all sorted.
I was looking there last night actually on QuickBooks. You mentioned Etsy to me. There's it combines in with this now.
An app for it, is there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Where did I see that? I'll just come away from you here. And on the dashboard, maybe it was on my own apps. But certainly it will combine. Let me just come back to my top line here. Yeah, because we kind of specialize in 3 or 4 apps, and Etsy has been kind of up there for a while, but we haven't kind of had to move on it yet. But it's, I'm fairly sure I saw it here.
I'm pretty sure there's one in there. All right. She also has it. It doesn't generate a whole heap of business at the moment, but it's part of her business strategy to bring more sales directly in from her own website, which is a Shopify website. And I know there's a Shopify application as well. So might have a look at that at some stage.
Yeah, so it's always evolving, really, is what we're saying. So that's really it. So I'm just thinking what I need to do for you.
So we have an Etsy connector by Intuit. That's good. It's an Intuit one, actually, not a third-party one.
Let me just see. Okay, so yeah, what I'll do is, I'm just reading here because I kind of thought this through yesterday. I'll check on that VAT scene. What's the best route? Okay.
Okay.
And I'll come back to you with, I'm hoping they'll be back within 24 hours. So if they can just add the VAT rates into your ID, I'm not sure as, sometimes we think we're big shots here in Ireland, and they do. But sometimes they do that for me. And but the other side would be to migrate some of what you've got on the new Irish version, the new Irish VAT rates, set it up with the structure, and we do this 90 minutes online training, like you're well used to using it. We kind of run through. I may have emailed you a video we did about a year ago for Intuit. They paid us to do it.
All right.
And it's all for, the less you know, the better you are. But at least this will be with your own info,
Yeah.
And see how the month goes, okay? Because you get a month support with that, and that might be enough for you. And
I think so. I think once I just get it, if I know that things are set up the way they are supposed to be set up, and I have because I do, yourself, I do probably 6 things just over and over again. If I just have the sort of steps, and even I could just write them down and say, okay, when I'm doing this, do this. When I'm doing that, do the other thing. But there's a few things, like you mentioned, the bank sync. As I said in my email, I tried to do that at one stage, thinking this would be great, and I just got completely overwhelmed.
Okay.
I just there's definitely something with the fact that we haven't got anything since April, is that restart in the new version or something, is that I wouldn't be opposed to that at all, especially if you get that trial. Where would I get that trial opening balance? Would I get that in my accounts for last year?
Yeah, you'd have to ask the accountant person. Behind this really summarized accounts you've got, they've got a list of, it's real boring stuff, debits and credits of what was owed to you, what was in the bank, any assets you had in the company, any assets you had in the company. So it would match up with their accounts, okay? And we kind of put that in at that 30th of April 21 date. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then everything kind of goes in on top of that. So the sequence then would be, we could connect the bank, but then I would have you not touch an awful lot of it. We'd have you enter your bills on there, and the bank is looking to match up money with bills. So if the amounts or the names connect, it kind of, that'll help it along. And
yeah, I remember doing that at one stage, and it was actually lovely when you got it to work because it would automatically find things and stuff.
Yeah, that's great. And then it kind of keeps going like that, really. The way we leave it, we set up these rules. So when it sees David Cook, it goes into wages, or we see Airbnb bank charges, it goes into exactly that area. So the accounts build themselves.
All right, okay.
And the VAT, and you'll just click on the word taxes, and it'll always tell you what way you stand with the VAT, whether the money will back to you or not. And then there's a list of items we kind of show you at the end of the year that doesn't do, that the accountant still has to do, but at least you kind of, you know why. And there's depreciation, it's cross-checking wages of what you filed to the payroll. It's reconciling the VAT you claimed, matching the VAT you said was claimed to pay back and what's actually in the account. It's kind of a formality. And there's always something that it's not a case what's in there, it's a case what's not in there, So I'm looking at you there in that home office, and maybe there isn't electricity or a claim for you for expenses of the house there. So that type of thing would go in there then. You put in a bill for your electricity, your heat, maybe a few other items around there that you put money into, stuff like that. Petrol, driving around, So that's how it goes. And when you look at it, you'll know what's missing and what's not there. So and the Christmas party, all that stuff.
So what's the next step? Do you want to check with those guys about tax, and then once you get a pointer from them on that, we'll book that 90-minute session then?
Yeah, I'll put that through, and I'll see what they come back with, and then I'll come back to you with the recommendation. I'll send you a fee proposal. I mean, I know what I'll be clicking, but the way I'll do it is really transparent. You'll see what I'm not clicking and all that.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Okay, so leave that with me, and I'll be back to you by this time. Definitely by tomorrow, anyway. I expect, So.
Yeah. All right. That's super stuff. Look, great stuff. Really pleased. It sounds like exactly what we need. So looking forward to it.
We'll go from there. All right, Dave. Thanks for logging in.
No worries. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, sir. Bye for now.